You bet, of course.
If you buy a note, do you have to have any special licenses because you're acting as a bank, or anything like that? Is there any special things you have to do?
No. All right, private lending. Number 7, we're climbing up the totem pole of the 12. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. How's the food, by the way? Is it good? Yeah, it's good. All right, cousin of notes. Private lending is very similar to note. Basically, private lending just means you're the one who's originating the note. So as opposed to buying a note on the secondary market, you're actually doing the originating of the note if you're lending, right? You're the lender. You found the borrower, or the borrower approached you, and you're lending out money for that rehab deal, right? Or that acquisition, or maybe it's a HELOC. Maybe the borrower needs some money. Now keep in mind, on private lending, very important, you don't have to be licensed in order to lend as long as it's not the person's primary owner-occupant residence, primary residence. Okay? If you do, then you're licensed. Then you're over in the Wells Fargo, Bank of America lands, where you've got to get licensed.
Your property or the other person?
The other person's.
The other person's primary residence?
Right. You can't lend on another person's private residence without being licensed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because then you fall in under the whole government regulation.
Yes. Then you've got to be regulated, licensed, etc. Okay. So very, very important. Please be careful with this. It's completely the Wild West. If it's a rehab investor loan, do whatever you want, subject to usury laws and misrepresentation, et cetera, et cetera. But when primary residents, don't do it. Don't touch it. Go ahead.
When you hold the note in your private lender, and because on the note that would be the person's primary residence.
No. So let's say you're trying to buy a property. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You want to rehab that property. You want to buy it, fix it up, and flip it. You approach me and say, Brian, I need $100,000 to make this happen.
Uh-huh.
Right? I need $100,000 to buy it and fix it up, and I'll bring some of my own money as well.
Uh-huh.
I say, okay, cool. You're going to buy it, fix it up, flip it. You're never going to live there. That's not your primary residence.
Right.
I'll make you the loan.
No, on the note, that is the person's primary residence. In most cases.
Oh, you mean the prior slide?
Yeah.
Yeah, but secondary market is different. You're buying it as an yeah.
But that's the difference.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So the rates can be very good on this, 12, 15, 16%. I had somebody from New Jersey say he was going to charge me 18% and 6 points, and he was doing me a favor. I said, yeah, I think not. Thanks so much. But the risk is also high. So a lot of these private lenders got hurt. They got hurt in the recession because their borrowers couldn't pay back the loans. Why? Because they couldn't sell the property. And they didn't have the cash flow to pay on a hard money loan, ad infinitum.
Right, there's a meltdown in the real estate market. Most of the time on short sales, we negotiated the notes on the second for 5 cents on a dollar. So
Yep.
I've had $100,000,
Yep.
$100,000 notes where we got a release for 5,000
Or less.
5,000 cash. But now when the market comes back, hopefully that's safe in the portfolio to buy. But then the market bust, man. Everyone that was in the 80-10-10 position.
Yeah.
All the people that were in the 80-10-10 position, they just got rolled off.
Yeah, that's right.
They signed a release for $5,000.
Everyone got hurt in the recession. So homeowners, lenders, buyers. I mean, there was one point when people were buying houses. I remember 2010, 11, 12. They were buying a house, and 6 months later they were underwater. And they would call me back and say, hey, what am I supposed to do? I just bought this house, and it's worth like 20% less than what I paid for it. Like, write it out, man. You bought the house. You're the homeowner now. You got the risk. Just keep enjoying that house, right? You got 30 years. 30 years to enjoy it. So the risk is also high, right? I know someone in Baltimore City who bought a house. It's investment property, okay? She lives in Montgomery County. She bought a house in Baltimore. She bought several houses in Baltimore. It was back in, I believe it was 2000. She still has that house. She is a hard money loan. She's been paying on that hard money loan for 18 years. The hard money lender doesn't want that property and is not willing to take a short sale. And he doesn't want to foreclose because he doesn't want the property. So she's just making the payments at like $1,000 a month or something. I mean, it's bad. I told her, look, you just got to sell it and cut your losses, come up with the capital, because you've lost your investment, about 10 times over at this point. But that's the problem. The private money lenders don't want to take the haircut either, right? Because it's their money, or they've borrowed it from a line of credit from a bank, or something like that, and so they're going to feel the pinch if they take a loss. It's not like Bank of America or Wells Fargo, who has just placed this money with a securitization trust, and there's no there, and they can take a loss without a problem, because it's not really their money. All right, so you call the shots. In other words, you set the terms as a private money lender, right? I've had borrowers approach me and want to set the terms, and I say, wait a second, who's the one with the money here? You need the money, so you've got to be flexible if you're taking a loan out. The private money lender does set the rates and the terms. They're perfectly happy to just say, no, I'm going to pass on this opportunity. Go find somebody else, right? One thing I like to do is broker the money. So in other words, it's just like brokering houses. You're matching a borrower with the lender. So maybe I don't have the money, but I know somebody who does. So for a small fee, I get a cut of the action, right? I connect the lender and the borrower. I get a small commission out of it, and away they go, off onto the rehab or whatever they're going to do with the property.
I think you do this on non-owner-occupied,
Yep.
non-resident.
Correct. That's it. I'm taking my own advice.
Otherwise, you'll be scared of regulation.
I wouldn't do it. You can't do it. Yeah, can't do it. Can't do it.